Tile exterior coating that was liberated when Travis and the folks were deconfiguring the side hatch. We went ahead and conservatively recommended to go do a slurry repair. TPS folks have confirmed via the baseline configuration photos that it is a 207 slurry repair. That's why Travis was seeing the contour in the tile. So the repair that we did was actually a conservative repair for the size that it was. The only thing that we haven't done, it's currently in its 30-minute air dry requirement. The only thing we did not go do was we won't have the capability to go re-waterproof the area, but we talked to Ops Integration Manager, and that's an acceptable MR for him. Our OPO folks are comfortable with the configuration as well, and we're recommended to go ahead and continue at this time. And I do have the tile folks in case you got any technical questions for them.
Okay, and we're going to document on a TPS, PR, and no constraint?
That would be my recommendation. Since it's already behind us and all the work's done, we'll let the TPS folks go off and document a PR in their world, and we'll allow them to take care of that without coming forward for a formal IPR, all per 4642 and 11494.
Okay, I concur. I don't expect we'll have any water issues either.
Okay.
All right, so no further work required. What we have done is sufficient.
That is correct. We're recommending we're in a go configuration for flight.
Copy that. We'll take that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
OTC, OVCC.
Go ahead.
I'm complete with white room configuration. Final check is complete. I'm ready to leave.
All right, you have a go.
I'll take care of the elevators on my way down. Listen to you on Direct 7.
This is Shuttle Launch Control at T-minus 9 minutes and holding. 33 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the hold.
This is NTD. Go ahead, sir.
What's the status of your constraints list?
So I have one constraint shown, and we're going to work on taking that off here shortly. It's the one on our GIC IRD.
Copy. Thank you.
Shuttle Launch Director Mike Leinbach talking with NASA Test Director Steve Payne about an issue that we mentioned earlier, that they're going to take off the constraints list that had to do with a ground power bus. That is a non-issue for today.
Okay.
Everything is go at this point. No technical issues.
Was to go ahead and upgrade that to GSE, and it should be in work already. But we need to ask them where they're at with the upgrade.
Copy.
PVD OTC, air to ground 1.
Go ahead.
TV step 956.
Copy.
NTD CFCP.
Calling NTD, say again.
For the CFCP, we have a LCC violation, no hold required. The ECL 22 and 23. Description is supply dump nozzle B was greater than 20 degrees delta from waste dump nozzle Baker. We do have a pre-planned troubleshooting. We went through it. It was pretty cut and dry. The supply dump nozzle was getting hit by the sun. The waste dump nozzle was in the shade, and that explained the delta temperature. And if you go to camera 64, we have got a good view of it.
Okay, I'm on 64. Is it the upper or the lower?
And the supply dump nozzle is to the right of the screen on that camera. It was in the sun first. The waste dump nozzle was in the shade. We saw temperature increase. It exceeded the 20-degree delta per the LCC, and we did have a temporary violation.
Okay, so it's a transient violation for what you believe is an explained condition.
Yes, it is a explained condition, and the violation is cleared.
Be that SPE NTD.
NTD SP is with you on 212.
Okay, did you copy the problem report we just got?
Well, Steve, I got with you late. Whether it was a violation of ECL 22 or ECL 23, which one?
We actually violated both of them at the same time. They both have the same 20-degree delta.
Okay, so the thought is between the temperatures on the dump nozzle and the waste nozzle, we shouldn't have more than a 20-degree delta?
That is correct, and we were at 20.8.
20.8, but when you guys went back and looked at where we were environmentally, it can be explained as a temporary and understood excursion because of where we were with the sun angle.
That is correct. We brought up the camera view and we could see that one was in the shade at the time of the violation.
Okay. So does it kind
This
of...
is Shuttle Launch Control at T-minus 9 minutes and holding. This discussion underway regarding an issue that will be dispensed with. No concern for us today. We have 29 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the hold.
Alrighty, let's see.
Shuttle Weather Officer Kathy Winters briefed Launch Director Mike Leinbach on the weather here at Kennedy Space Center for launch.
22 or 23.
All conditions are green at this time.
Due to environmental conditions of the day.
Okay, and do we need to pick up a paper to document, or is it explained enough?
You know, Steve, it's explained enough. It's a temporary excursion outside of LCC limits, but it's understood. It's well within, you know, my interpretation of Implementation 01.
And ECL Launch Director, you back within spec now?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
And we do have the, you know, for possible temperature excursions due to sun, shadow, rain, or environmental conditions, we are allowed. So the condition is cleared.
SB Launch Director, I'm good with that one.
Okay, Mike, and I am good as well. So ECL, I concur with your recommendation. No technical concerns with the vehicle. The small excursion that we saw is a temporary and understood condition.
That is correct.
And NTD concurs with that as well.
Okay.
Thank you, ECL. Safety Council.
This is Shuttle Launch Control at T-minus 9 minutes and holding. 28 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in our hold. The popularity of space shuttle launches and perhaps the limited number of future launches have no doubt added to the numbers of space fans who have flocked to the Central Florida area to witness the last launch of Space Shuttle Discovery. This video, shot via helicopter just a few hours ago by our Kennedy Space Center television crews, shows the crowds of spectators gathering on the beaches and along the sides of roads and in parks all along the Florida coast today. First area from the Vehicle Assembly Building. And now Kennedy Space Center Visitor Center. The helicopter also then flew over the Titusville Bridge area. There truly is going to be no way to estimate the numbers of people who have come to witness this launch. This is still the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Center area. There are expectations from some that this might rival some of the largest crowds in history. And we hope that everybody who has come will get to see what they came for, the launch of Discovery at 4:50 p.m. Now looking at the Titusville Bridge area, where folks camped out overnight. And we're back at the shuttle on the launch pad. Viewing, hearing, and feeling the launch of the Space Shuttle in person is truly an experience we wish every American could have. It fills the heart with pride in what the dedicated NASA and contractor teams across the country have accomplished. And we welcome everyone who is in attendance today to watch the launch of Space Shuttle Discovery.
21, 22, 23 complete. Copy. Attention on the net, this is the NTD with a T-minus 20-minute briefing. Our launch window today opens at 21:50 and 27 seconds GMT, closes at 21:53, 27 seconds GMT. Our lock strain back hold time is 1 minute, 59 seconds based on engine performance. Our launch window and lock strain back hold times will be updated and provided to the team during the T-minus 9-minute hold. There are no launch window cutouts or COLAs for this opportunity. For PLT, At T-minus 5 minutes, perform APU start upon command of OTC only.
PLT copies.
For CDR, the pad egress system is in nominal configuration. The evacuation helipad is 8.
Copy. CDR copies.
For the firing room launch team, after T-minus 20 minutes, all problems or trends that require a countdown clock hold will be reported to the NTD on channel 212, together with a recommendation. For all manual holds, after T-minus 5 minutes, the countdown clock will continue until T-minus 31 seconds, unless a recommendation to hold at the next milestone is necessary. After T-minus 31 seconds, only cutoff is available and will result in a recycle to T-minus 20 minutes. For a cutoff, the pro words CGLS give cutoff will be used. The GLS milestones are as listed, and that concludes the T-minus 20-minute brief. NNTD STM. What STM?
Yeah, step 1065. Were you ready for that yet?
That's affirmative. Let's kick off 1065.
Copy.
NTD Houston flight.
Good flight.
IOU 1049, the BFS pre-flight uplink load is complete.
Copy 1049.
PLT OTC.
PLT go.
Yeah, clear hardware, caution and warning. Memory, verify no unexpected errors.
PLT in work.
Houston flight, NTD.
NTD Houston flight, go ahead.
Do we have any updates to the launch train back hold time? We had 1 minute, 59 seconds.
Negative, 159 is still valid.
Copy.
OTC, PLT, no expected errors.
Copy, thank you. You see that's 1104 through 1106. PC copied.
This is shuttle launch control during the T-minus 9-minute hold. 26 minutes remaining in the hold. Everything continues to go well. We're working no major technical issues. Weather is green.
Resume at 21, 41, 27 seconds. GLS copies at Denmark.
Our preferred launch time remains 27 seconds after 4:50 p.m.
NTD Houston flight, go ahead.
Yes, sir. We're going to need the PASS or BFS G1 launch target uplink closed today.
Negative, we will not require those.
Not performed on both. PAC console and safety console NTD.
PAC. NTD safety.
I'll give you step 1062. The closeout crew is at AB11.
Copy that. PAC copies.
And the closeout crew has safely retreated to the AB11 roadblock, leaving the flight crew aboard Discovery by themselves and ready for launch today.
HCD OTC, head to ground 1.
HCD?
Yeah, step 1139.
NTD, safety.
935.
That is still in work.
Have you gotten that yet? All right, you had fill-ins for me on a previous step?
On step 932.
I'll inquire one more time.
Thank you. And I'm ready.
All right, the operation number is 80, run number is 1, the log number is LCC3-102410-002.
You see, did you get that? If you got it. Yeah.
During the T-minus 9-minute hold, several polls are normally taken to verify that the teams at Kennedy and the Johnson Space Center in Houston are ready to proceed with launch.
Yes, sir. The last line item, IPR 109, just dropped off constraint list.
Copy, no further constraints?
Further constraints at I-200.
Thank you.
And as you hear, there are no further constraints.
Yes, sir.
Our constraints list is clear.
Good news.
Safety Council entity.
Safety.
I can give you step 935 and looking for 1063.
Copy. You have 1063, sir.
Thank you.
NASA Test Director Steve Payne is going to be polling all the engineers in firing room 4. Mission Management Team Chairman Mike Moses will be polling members of the MMT.
My ST is deactivated.
That's firm.
And I will give you 1064 to terminate video tracking of the closeout crew.
Copy that.
In Mission Control Houston, Flight Director Richard Jones will poll his team of Ascent flight controllers.
Step 1067, the KSC area is cleared for launch.
Copy.
Everyone in the Launch Control Center and aboard Discovery is on the same communications channel from now through launch. We have 22 minutes remaining in our hold.
This is GOS. Go ahead.
You got any updates to your ground camera system?
Our ground cameras are ready to support. If you're ready for the fill-ins, I'm ready to give them to you.
Okay, for step 1095, standing by for fill-ins.
Okay. Long range north is 8. Long range south is 8. Medium range north is 6. Medium range south is 6. Medium range west is 6. And short range is 6.
Copy all. Looks like we got good capability.
Yes, sir.
And then TD's MQC.
That's MQC.
What was the number for long range south?
Long range south was 8.
Copy.
FCP OTC at ground 1. FCP, you can verify 1116.
Verified. Thank you. Director entity.
Launch director.
Our ground camera systems verified, ready to support launch.
Okay, copy that. Thanks, Dave.
All systems are go. 20 minutes, 47 seconds remaining in our hold at T-minus 9 minutes. Space Shuttle Discovery set to embark on its 39th and final mission at 4:50 p.m. STS-133 is an 11-day mission to the International Space Station and will add the Permanent Multipurpose Module, which is a storage module, and it will also add science capabilities and deliver some needed supplies to the 6-member crew.
Supplied entity.
Entity Houston flight, go ahead.
Yes, for step 1115, the Ascent data crew update. Will you be needing that today?
Negative, that is not required.
Copy, not performed.
This is Shuttle Launch Control with 18 minutes remaining in our T-minus 9-minute hold. And as Space Shuttle Discovery is preparing for launch, the International Space Station is traveling about 220 miles above the Earth on a 51.6-degree inclination to the equator. The exact shuttle launch time of 4:50 and 27 seconds is based on the time that the Earth's rotation is carrying Kennedy Space Center's launch pad into the plane of the space station's orbit. And at the time of liftoff, the station, moving at 17,500 miles per hour, or 5 miles a second, will be out over the South Pacific Ocean. 6 Expedition 26 crew members aboard the space station are awaiting Discovery's arrival 2 days from now. The launch control team working no technical issues, and weather is green. Everything is go for today's launch of Space Shuttle Discovery.
NTD, this is SRO on 212.
Right, SRO? SRO, NTD, go ahead.
SRO.
You go?
Range status is no-go at this time. Central command remoting system is partially operational. When selecting a screen, the string will go down. And they experienced this event last night. I had confidence in the system as long as they didn't select that screen, that we were confident in the system. However, the same event was experienced when selecting a different screen. They are not confident in the system at this time, and range status is no-go.
Okay, what's your estimated time to repair?
We do not know right now. They're having an anomaly discussion, but right now we only have a couple of minutes to be able to give you our poll. And we're thinking at this time we're not going to be able to support ST0.
Okay, keep us informed.
I will.
NTD Launch Director?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, guys, let's calm down. They're working a little issue over there. We'll give them a few minutes to work it. If they get green, we'll be in good shape. And in order to support that, NTD, I'd like you to do your poll on time. And I will as well, and we'll be ready to go when range clears up.
Copy that. We'll be ready.
Thank you.
This is Shuttle Launch Control at T-minus 14 minutes, 10 seconds and counting. And as you heard, the range safety officer reports that the range is red and no-go at this point due to a problem with their central command computer. Launch Director Mike Leinbach directing his team to stand by. We'll take the poll. We'll give them an opportunity to work the issue, and hopefully we'll be able to make our launch time of 4:50 and 27 seconds. There are no other technical issues at this point, and weather remains go.
OTC, CHTD.
Go ahead.
I can give you step 1139. Confidence checks are complete.
Copy 1139. And NTDSP.
NSP?
Hey, Steve, do you know if we got enough information from the range guys to say whether their thought is they are in violation of something in ETR-01, hardware-wise?
That lets me go to get up.
SP launch director, they're working it over on their side with their launch decision authority. They know what the issue is. They're trying to get comfortable with if their system is mission capable or not, and we're working through those discussions right now. So I'll have to give them a few minutes.
Okay, and Mike, the only question was, is it something explicitly written in ETR-01 that they're currently in violation of, or is it another part of their system that they were off taking a look at? I just never heard enough of a description.
Yeah, I didn't get enough of a description either, to be honest with you.
All right.
This is Shuttle Launch Control with 11 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in our hold at T-9. The polls will be conducted in a few moments. At this time, we do know that the range safety officer, range is no-go, while they continue to work an issue that they notified Shuttle Launch Director Mike Leinbach and NASA Test Director Steve Payne of moments ago, having to do with their computer screens, and they do need to have the ability to carefully monitor launch and ascent. They're an integral part of the safe flying of the Space Shuttle launch. So we'll stand by and await further word from the range.
Entity launch director.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, with this particular type of issue from the range, there are no issues with the vehicle. Weather is perfect. I'd be inclined to take this issue down to 5 minutes if you would concur.
I would agree, sir.
Okay. And Houston flight?
Launch Director, Houston flight, go ahead.
Yeah, we're considering taking this issue down to 5 minutes. I assume you don't have a problem with that.
Zero problem with that. I think that's the right decision.
Copy.
Shuttle Launch Director Mike Leinbach discussing with Houston Flight Director Richard Jones
Go ahead on 118.
a plan to come out of our hold on time and count down to T-minus 5 minutes, allowing some extra time for the range to work the issue that they are in the process of working. And hopefully this added time will give them the opportunity to clear it before we would have to stop the countdown at T-minus 5 minutes. Nine minutes and 15 seconds remaining in our hold at T-minus 9 minutes. This is Shuttle Launch Control.
Discovery launch director, head of ground 1.
Go for Discovery.
Okay, Steve, I don't know how much you've been following this, but the range is having a little bit of an issue with their range safety command system, the display of their command system, and they're talking it actively over there. Hopeful that we'll get through it. Not quite sure if we will yet or not, but the right people are working on it. So we're going to take this one on down to the wire. We'll go through our polls here and take you on down to 5 minutes and see if we can't get you a good flight today.
Sounds like a great plan, Mike.
Copy. Standing by.
As you heard, Shuttle Launch Director Mike Leinbach briefing Discovery Commander Steve Lindsey on the issue at hand, and getting his concurrence that we will count down to T-minus 5 minutes while we allow the Eastern Range Safety Officer to work the issue that they are working with their Central Command System computer display. Seven minutes and 13 seconds remaining in our hold at T-minus 9 minutes.
CISL, JRPS, and Houston Flight perform the L-15 recorder activation. ISL?
ISL copies in work.
RPS? RPS. And Flight.
We will put that in work.
Thank you.
MS-1 and MS-4 OTC on air to ground 1. Activate the V10 recorder.
MS-1 in work.
MS-4 in work.
This is Shuttle Launch Control. 5 minutes remaining in our hold at T-minus 9 minutes.
This is the NTD conducting the launch status check. All stations verify ready to resume count and go for launch. OTC? OTC go. TVC? TVC go. PTC? PTC's go. LPS? LPS is go. Houston Flight?
Houston Flight is go.
Mila?
Milo's go.
STM?
STM is go.
Safety Console?
Safety consoles go.
SPE?
SP is go.
LRD?
LRD is go.
SRO?
SRO is no-go.
Copy. Are you go to 5 minutes and hold?
Yes, we are good to go 5 minutes and hold.
Copy. And CDR?
Discovery is go.
Launch Director NTD?
Yes, sir.
Our launch team is ready to proceed. SRO has concurrence to go to 5 minutes.
Okay, copy all that. I'll do my poll this time. KC Chief Processing Engineer, verify no constraints to launch.
No constraints.
Thank you, Steve. KC Safety and Mission Assurance.
KSC Safety and Mission Assurance is go pending resolution of the range issue.
Copy. Payload Launch Manager.
Mike, the Space Station Processing teams go.
Copy. Range Weather.
Weather has no constraints for launch.
Copy, thank you, Kathy. And Ops Manager.
See, Mike, on our side, MMT's in really good shape. The vehicle's looking perfect. Weather's looking great. We'll stand by here and see if the range can resolve their issue, but we are go.
Okay, copy that, and we'll take it on down to 5 and see if we can't get there.
Yeah, it's a good plan, Mike. Let's keep going.
And KC Safety and Mission Assurance.
KSC Safety and Mission Assurance.
Let's see, if we get the go from SRO, you're going to be go. Is that a firm? We don't have to repoll you.
Mike. Yes, we are go.
Right, so we will not repoll you if we get a go from SRO.
That's affirmative.
Thank you, sir.
Concur.
Is SRO?
We're looking at Shuttle Launch Director Mike Leinbach, Assistant Launch Director Charlie Blackwell-Thompson to his side, and Stephanie Stilson, Discovery Flow Director.
CGLS, NTD. CGLS. Okay, we're going to pick up the count here shortly. Once we start counting, I need you to insert a hold at 5. CGLS copies. We'll insert a hold at 5 minutes.
NASA Test Director Steve Payne reminding the ground launch sequencer team to insert a hold at T-minus 5 minutes. We will be coming out of our hold at 9 minutes and counting down to 5 to enable the range safety officer and the range team a few more minutes to work their problem. They currently are no-go.
Clock will start in 2 minutes.
2 minutes remaining in our hold at T-minus 9 minutes. Again, our only issue is a red condition from the Eastern Range. Their central command system display is not operating properly, and it needs to be for them to give a go for launch. 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining in our hold.
NTD ISL. Go ahead. Recorder activation complete. Copy.
55 seconds remaining in the hold. Once again, we will come out of the hold at T-minus 9 minutes. We will count down to T-minus 5 minutes. Between now and then, if the range safety system condition is corrected, we will continue to count down for launch. If not, we will hold at 5 minutes. "25 seconds remaining in our T-minus 9 minute hold. Just a few seconds away from resuming our countdown.
Countdown clock will resume on my mark.
NTD safety.
3, standby safety. 2, 1, mark. T-minus 9 minutes and counting. GLS auto sequence has been initiated.
And the ground launch sequencer has been initiated. All countdown functions now automatically controlled by the GLS computer located in the firing room integration console.
Thank you.
Our window will expire about 5 minutes after our preferred launch time. T-minus 8 minutes, 17 seconds and counting. All systems are go, except for
buses to fuel cells per your checklist.
PLT in work.
except for the range safety officer. We stand by as they continue to work through their problem.
OTC, PLT, essential buses connected to fuel cell.
Pilot Eric Boe flips switches in the cockpit to connect the 3 fuel cells directly to the essential power buses.
Copy, thank you.
T-minus 7 minutes, 30 seconds and counting.
GLS is go for orbiter access arm retract. And Discovery OTC from the processing team of Discovery to the crew of Discovery. Enjoy the ride.
Thank you very much. Thanks for all the work you did getting this ready to go, and appreciate all your work. And for those watching, get ready to witness the majesty and the power of Discovery as she lifts off one final time.
Orbiter access arm retracting. Orbiter test conductor John Craxton talking with Space Shuttle Commander Steve Lindsey.
And NTD CGLS. We've inserted a hold, and the clock will hold at T-minus 5 minutes. Copy, thank you.
T-minus 6 minutes, 50 seconds. Planning to hold at T-minus 5 minutes unless the range is clear.
Sir?
Can you give us an update on your repair?
There's no changes to that, sir.
Copy, no change. JRPS OTC, start APU display recorders. Can work. PLT OTC perform APU pre-start.
PLT doesn't work.
RTC JRPS display recorders are running. Okay.
T-minus 6 minutes, 4 seconds and counting. Orbiter test conductor John Craxton gave pilot Eric Boe the go to perform the auxiliary power unit pre-start procedure. The APUs provide pressure to the shuttle's 3 hydraulic systems that move the main engine nozzles and aero surfaces. T-minus 5 minutes, 40 seconds and counting. T-minus 5 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. T-minus 5 minutes, 4 seconds and counting.
Countdown clock is holding at T-minus 5 minutes due to manual request.
Countdown clock is holding here.
5 here, well, we troubleshoot our Eastern Range Central Command reporting system issue.
2 minutes and 48 seconds of hold time remain in today's launch window of Space Shuttle Discovery. Today's launch window expires in 2 minutes, 28 seconds.
And into the CTLS, we did get an indication that the range safety did throw their hold switch. That's affirmative.
All systems are go with the exception of the Eastern Range. And they continue to troubleshoot a problem with their Central Command system display. Two minutes remaining in the hold today. 2 minutes remaining in our launch window.
SRO NTD final recommendation, please.
Standby 1.
NASA Test Director Steve Payne checking with the Eastern Range on their status to pick up the count. We have 1 minute 30 seconds remaining in our window today.
SRO NTD.
Ops Manager on 212.
Go ahead.
I got verbal confirmation from the 45th Wing Commander. We are go, and we do not need SROs go, so I would like you to proceed.
Copy that. NTD, with that verification that the range will support today's launch, you need to press on. Pick up the clock on your mark.
Copy that. And SRO NTD, need to put this your hold switch to proceed position.
40 seconds remaining in our launch window. Range is go.
GLS, has the SRO hold been removed?
Negative, sir.
SRO NTD. NTD, I can remove the hold here at the 5,000.
SRO on 212.
So needed to put your hold switch in proceed position.
Hold fire on proceed.
Please, GLS, can you verify? GLS verifies.
15 seconds remaining in our hold.
Copy. Inspection on that will pick up momentarily. CGLS, pick up the clock on your mark. GLS copies. 3, 2, 1, mark. T-minus 5 minutes.
T-minus 5 minutes and counting.
TLT, OTC, perform APU start.
PLT in work.
And CDI, OTC, reconfigure heaters.
Copy in work.
T-minus 4 minutes, 41 seconds and counting.
Reconfig complete.
All systems are go and weather is green.
Flight director entity. Flight entity.
NTD, Houston flight, I have 2 seconds of drain back hold remaining. 2 seconds.
OTC, PLT, 3 good APUs.
Copy that.
Pilot Eric Boe reporting 3 good auxiliary power units.
That is hello.
T-minus 4 minutes and counting.
TLS is go for purge sequence 4.
The final helium purge of the 3 main engines is underway in preparation for main engine start.
Go for Commander MT0, range status is go for launch, and what is your status?
We are go.
Copy.
Final test of the flight control surfaces is underway. This is a pre-programmed pattern of movements designed to verify the readiness of the flight control surfaces, the elevons, speed brakes, and rudder. Minus 30 minutes and 30 seconds and counting. Final aero surface checks are complete. Discovery's 3 main engines will be gimbaled through a pre-programmed series of maneuvers as a final test before launch. T-minus 3 minutes and counting. Final pressurization of the external tank's liquid oxygen tank is underway.
Go for ET, LO2, pressurization.
And we're completing purge of the shuttle main engines.
TLT, OTC, clear caution and warning memory. Verify no unexpected errors.
PLT in work. OTC, PLT, no unexpected errors.
The gaseous oxygen vent hood, or beanie cap, is slowly being retracted away from the top of the external tank.
Close and lock your visors and initiate O2 flow.
Copy on work.
Orbiter test conductor John Craxton requesting pilot Eric Boe clear the caution and warning memory system. T-minus 2 minutes and counting.
TLS is go for ET, LH2, pressurization.
Liquid hydrogen replenish on the external tank is being terminated as planned. T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds and counting. All systems are go. About 90 seconds away from the launch of Space Shuttle Discovery on her final mission. T-minus 1 minute, 10 seconds and counting. The liquid hydrogen tank inside the external tank is now at the proper flight pressure. T-minus 1 minute and counting. The ground launch sequencer will verify that the 3 main engines are ready to start. The booster joint heaters are being deactivated at this time. T-minus 48 seconds and we're transferring to orbiter internal power. Discovery is now running on its 3 onboard fuel cells. Coming up on a go for auto sequence start at T-minus 31 seconds.
TLS is go for auto sequence start.
And we have a go for auto sequence start. Discovery's onboard computers have primary control of all the vehicle's critical functions. 20 seconds. The sound suppression water system
15.
has been activated, protecting Discovery and the launch pad from acoustical energy waves.
TLS is go for main engine.
Go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 2, 1. Booster ignition and the final liftoff of Discovery. A tribute to the dedication, hard work, and pride of America's Space Shuttle team. The shuttle has cleared the tower.
Roger, Discovery.
This is Mission Control Houston. The Space Shuttle now rolling over onto its back with a 10-minute ride into orbit. Discovery now making one last reach for the stars. now throttling down as the orbiter passes through the area of maximum pressure, reducing the stress on the shuttle as it goes supersonic.
Discovery Houston, you are go at throttle up.
Commander Steve Lindsey acknowledging the call from Capcom Charlie Hobaugh as Discovery's 3 main engines throttle back up. Lindsey is joined on the flight deck by pilot Eric Boe and mission specialist Alvin Drew and Nicole Stott. Mission specialist Mike Barratt and Steve Bowen. Discovery's 3 main engines are burning fuel at a rate that would drain an average swimming pool in about 25 seconds. The engines, combined with the solid rocket boosters, produce more than 7 million pounds of thrust. 1 minute, 50 seconds into the flight, we're standing by for separation of the twin solid rocket boosters. Discovery now traveling 2,695 miles an hour. Its altitude 24 miles. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 29 miles. The flight, Discovery traveling 3,189 miles an hour. Its altitude 37 miles. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center 53. Discovery now getting a boost into orbit from its twin orbital maneuvering system engines on either side of the shuttle's tail. These 2 engines will burn for 2 minutes and 32 seconds.
Your 2-engine TAL. We do have updates to your no-com mode boundary. The contingency aboard boundaries we'll use are in-plane +2. Copy the new Presta ATO and Presta.
Okay, copy all. 2-engine TAL and ready to copy.
11.9. Presta MECO 1.4.
11.9 and 15.4.
That's a good read back on both.
Discovery can now make it to emergency landing sites. Engines fail, but all 3 engines continue to perform as expected. Capcom Charlie Hobaugh updating the crew there with some updated time information due to the later than planned launch. 3 minutes and 50 seconds into the flight, the shuttle traveling 4,700 miles an hour.
Discovery, you are negative return.
Too high and too fast to return to the Kennedy. But all 3 main engines continue to traveling 5,200 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 170 miles. Four minutes, 45 seconds into the flight, Discovery traveling an hour. Its altitude 66 miles. Downrange from KSC 229 miles. Here inside Mission Control, Flight Director Richard Jones and his team continue to monitor the progress of Discovery's flight. All systems are continuing to perform as expected. I'm Charlie Hobaugh indicating that Discovery to make it to a low engine fail at this point. However, all 3 engines as expected.
Discovery, you are single engine ops 3.
Single engine ops 3.
Discovery's engines are now swiveling to roll the shuttle to a heads-up position to get better communication with NASA's tracking satellites.
Discovery, your single engine Zaragoza 104.
Single engine Zaragoza 104.
Discovery can now make it to emergency landing sites in Europe should 2 engines fail at this point, but the flight continues to go well. 6 minutes, 24 seconds into the flight, the shuttle traveling 9,800 miles an hour is 7 miles downrange.
For the pitch.
Preston Nico nominal pitch.
Good readback.
That call indicating that Commander Steve Lindsey has to go to press to main engine cutoff as expected in about a minute and a half.
Discovery, you are engine press.
Single engine press.
Seven minutes, 15 seconds into Discovery's flight. The shuttle traveling 12,700 miles an hour. Its altitude 66 miles. The Kennedy Space Center miles. Discovery's engines now throttling is on the crew and the shuttle to 3 times that of gravity. Shuttle traveling 14,000 miles an hour. Seconds to go in Discovery's path. Space Shuttle Discovery. External tank separation confirmed. Commander Steve Lindsey will steer the shuttle up to the forward so that the umbilical